If you're sex positive, you're a slut. No. We should have a talk about this. I'm Kaylee and you're watching Sex Positive TV. So what is it to be sex positive? Put simply, sex positive is accepting others for who they are, accepting them for their sexual wants, their needs, their relationships, any choices that they might make in the future, as long as it revolves around consent with all parties involved. A great quote from Carol Queen is, "Sex positive respects each of our sexual profiles. It allows for and celebrates sexual diversity, differing desires, relationships, choices based on consent." And some myths that might go along with sexual positivity and things like that is that when you're sex positive, it makes you a slut or it makes you a whore. But that's not the case. When you're sex positive, you're supporting a culture, you're supporting choices that other people make, and you're supporting your own choices of whether it's to be in a monogamous relationship, whether it's to stay abstinent or stay a virgin, like for your whole life even. And so, like, as a culture, slut kind of goes towards a different kind of meaning than that. That's a whole other topic that we can talk about. But there is no shame in being a slut because it's a sexual choice that you choose to make. And the society has put a stigma on sex, that sex is bad and sex is dirty. And we gotta take that away and just think positively about sex and remind ourselves that it's okay to be sexual because this is how we came on earth, from sex. It's a whole part of nature. Another myth that arrives when we're talking about sex positivity is that pedophilia and bestiality is okay. It's not okay. The whole idea of sex positivity is that all parties are participating with consent. And animals cannot consent to sexual acts, and children cannot consent to sexual acts with knowledge of what is actually happening. Another myth about being sex positive is that when you're sex positive, you're a nympho, aka you're thinking, breathing sex all the freaking time. Yeah, that's not the case. What you're actually doing is you're promoting a healthy sexual lifestyle that revolves around the ideas of all parties acting within consent, and you're doing so within a reasonable, responsible, and safe manner. And if you want to have sex all the time, go for it. And you should support yourself doing that, and you should support others doing that, as long as they are doing it within the lines and within the borders of reason and consent. So how can you guys be sex positive? Let's think about this for a second. Okay, so there are very few steps to being sex positive. It's really, really easy. You just got to keep an open mind. You got to be supportive of yourself and others, and you have to be honest with yourself and others. And you also need to take away all stigmas that society has. Society has this whole stigma about sex, that it's wrong, that it's dirty, that it should be reserved for certain people, for certain relationships, for a certain time. That's just so untrue. It's natural, it's normal, and it should be a part of everybody's lives, not necessarily intercourse per se, but we should be talking about sex more often. It would make the world healthier, it would make the world happier, and it would make a lot of people feel comfortable and a lot of people feel normal, because it is normal, it's natural, it's what we do to procreate, you know. And we just have to wipe away the stigma that sex is wrong and just accept it, that sexuality is a part of our lives and it's part of being human, and let's be human and not robots and actually participate in healthy, active sexual lifestyles that promote good choices and promote responsibility and promote safety and happiness. So one thing that I'm asking all my viewers to do is to think about your sexual choices and to think about everyone else's sexual choices, and make sure that your sexual choices are what you want, and make sure that you support everyone else's sexual choices as long as they fall within a sex positive attitude, like I said previously. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. subscribe. If you have questions, down below, and I will answer them, of course. And if you have any requests or comments about future videos, past videos, anything like that, let me know. And I'm always up for hearing ideas from other people. And yeah, okay. I'm Kaylee, and you're watching Sex Positive TV. Bye!